Good morning traders, and this is your Forex setups for today. So starting off with EURUSD, we did touch the bottom of the channel and we did get a bit of a bounce off that. It does look fairly interesting in the fact that we are bouncing off, or not off, but we're bouncing around in this area underneath the moving average. So what we'll be waiting for now is one of two things. I'm just going to increase our candle size so we can see the price action. So we know we're in a channel. We have broken a downward trend line here on the hour, and we're now hovering on the 1 hour 33 EMA. Okay, so this is pretty simple, to be honest, and I'm just going to put two levels in here. So looking at the 8 hour, a break below 118388 gives us moves to the downside. Okay, question is it a move to find support, make a bigger double bottom, or a breakout? Okay, so that's the one thing. And the other thing would be a break above 118598. That would give me a move back to 119.152, or alternatively to the top of the channel somewhere around 120. Okay, so I think being Friday, and we do have non-farm payrolls today as well, which may impact us quite severely. So I think I'm probably just going to sit on the sides and wait for this afternoon, wait for non-farm payrolls to see what transpires. That should create some volatility, and whether it's a break to the upside, okay, or whether this flag is going to play out, in other words, a break to the downside. Okay, so it's a flag or it's a channel, doesn't matter which way you look at it, but it is a consolidation pattern, and the question is, because we've been in this pattern for so long, the big question we should be asking ourselves is which way are we going to break. And looking at the 8 hour, just looking at that price action there, that we are bouncing in this area again, it does look like we are looking for a break to the downside. Okay, and basically, and with the sell-off that happened yesterday, there's a lot of warning bells going off at the moment, so we need to just stay very close to what's happening with price action to see what's transpiring. US dollar Japanese yen, nothing really clear here. We're still inside this range. Yesterday we were looking at what would happen in these two areas, and pretty much nothing happened. We've got a lot of selling happening up here. Okay, we are above the moving average though, and we're holding above it. And if you look at the hour, we've got sort of a bullish pattern here. We've got an inside bar, double inside bar, that's a double bottom, and we are sort of hovering on the moving average here. Again, non-farm payrolls, US dollar, and especially US dollar Japanese yen, there should be some volatility later on. And the way I'm looking at this at the moment, I'm inclined to believe that it's going to be up. Okay, which basically means stronger dollar. So yeah, let's just wait and see for the afternoon session for that. Next dollar pair is the British pound dollar. So we were looking, let's get back to the 8 hour. So I was looking for what's happening in this zone, and we have got a break or bounce off the zone, and obviously we've got a measured move right the way up here, okay, at 136. But if we start coming down to the hour and have a look here, let's just get price action so we can see it. That's not what is transpiring. So this here, get rid of that, it's null and void. This zone of support, we have bounced around in it. We've got some pretty bullish bars here, but we are not getting through the moving average, and it's almost looking like it is forming a bit of a wedge, a rising wedge there, and rising wedges are breaks to the downside. So I would anticipate a break of 132.595 is going to give us more downside with a stop above the swing high here. So but again, that I think is going to muck around like this until non-farm payrolls this afternoon. So yeah, that does look like what we're anticipating, the move to the upside, is more than likely not going to transpire, and we're going to move down. So something worth watching. Okay, If we look at Aussie dollar, New Zealand dollar, which shouldn't be impacted by non-farm payrolls, although there will be a bit of volatility out of it, we have bounced off this zone that we highlighted yesterday, so this 108.288 area, but we're not bouncing with much conviction. And if you look at that, it looks like a flag that's forming. So let's just get big up, big up, big down, big up, big down, big up, big down, big confusion, hovering on the moving average. We are going sideways. There's nothing worth trading at the moment. We'll need breaks to the downside, or we're going to need breaks to the upside. And we need this moving average to point up or point down and give us a direction. So there's nothing really there. British pound, Japanese yen, we did come back down into 140.858, but obviously this gap here was a little bit more important than that. So we came down to close the gap. This does look like a continuation to the upside still. What we'd be waiting for is the British markets open and see what transpires. But you can see a pin bar, engulfing bar. Okay, let me just move this level down. And the logical trade is going to be a break above 141.213. So I want to break, retest to this area. Then I have a stop below here, and I have at least the height of this double bottom. There's one leg of the double bottom, there's a second, there's a neckline. So that's the first target. The second target is going to be this flag measured move, and there's your flag. Okay, and that measured move would be something along the lines of that. Okay, and being non-farm payrolls day, that is entirely possible. Okay, if we don't break above this trend line, then you can more than likely expect this to move to the downside again, and then we'll probably break this level here of 140.700 and come down to 140.015. Okay, then Euro Canadian dollar. So yesterday we highlighted this zone of support. We've bounced off it quite nicely. Pretty nice trade that, and by the looks of things, there's more coming. So let's just get price action up. So we bounced off that area quite nicely, rallied quite hard, and now what we're doing is we're forming this little flag here. So I would be looking for another move to the upside. So we're looking for a bit of a stronger Canadian dollar. There will be Canadian data coming out today, so it may actually stronger euro. So there is Canadian data coming out today as well, which may be preempting that. Just look to the left though, we are in an area of support here. So what we want to see is a break above these highs and then a retest into the zone, and that will give you the opportunity to buy, which will give you sort of a cup and handle. And your measured move obviously is going to be the height of the first move, which is something like that. And I'm going to be rather a little bit more conservative than that and look at this area here, which will be 156.090, just looking at what's to the left. Okay, Aussie dollar, US dollar. So we did come back onto the zone that we highlighted yesterday, but we'd had closed below that. So for me, I'm looking for a little bit of a deeper pullback. I'm looking for a move to here, 0.72426. Now, based on what's happening with the other dollar pairs, we could it could look like we could just break through and continue to the downside. So it all depends what happens here. If we stay below this moving average, you look at how important this 33 EMA is, and if you look at that there, if we stay below that and we start moving and this thing starts rolling to the downside, I'd be more inclined to believe that we're going to be moving down rather than finding a base to move to the upside. So on the hour, the trend is down at the moment. This is a downward trend. Okay, we're coming to an area of support here. We are in the middle of nowhere right now. So this is the area to pay attention to, is 0.7226. If we get some bullish price action off that, it would be worth an entry. But I do want to see us break at this stage, break above 0.72787. But just looking at all of that, and there's another US dollar pair, I think for me, We'll wait for non-farm payrolls this afternoon, and then just give it a good half an hour before you start trading. So non-farm payrolls comes out at 2:30 South African time, or European Standard Time, and I would just give it a half hour from then. Just wait for everything to settle down, wait for the dust to settle, and then look for the trades. Should be pretty volatile, one direction or another, but there's a lot of conflicting setup. So there's on the hour there is trend continuations, and on the 8 hour there are potential trend reversals. So when you get that kind of setup, you need to be awake and just pay attention to price action on the lower time frames to see what's actually happening. Okay, anyway guys, doesn't help you today much today, I'm pretty sure of that, because very topsy-turvy all the markets today, but it's always a signal for a decent long weekend for me. Anyway, hope it helps, and we will catch you later. Cheers for now.